If you already know what will make you feel successful, the next question is if the way you're building it allows you to remain yourself. In this podcast, I expose my life, the distortions I spent years living in and mistaking for who I was. I invite you to confront what you've normalized and choose differently, so you can build a reality you fall in love with. Today in Undistorted Self. So I've already explained that you should move for things that make you feel successful, not to reach success as its goal. And the first thing is to understand if the goal you're moving towards, it's actually for you. It is yours. And to know that, you need to ask, if nobody was around to see it, to validate you, to applaud, to recognize it, would you still do it? Would you still do it if nobody told you it's good? And if maybe people told you didn't agree with you, would you still do it? That's how you know if the goal is truly yours. And I'm not saying don't put it out there, keep it just for yourself. No. That means you're afraid to be seen, and that means you're still tied to the perception. You're just going the other way. So it's neither extreme. It's just that your intention is not coming from how you're going to be perceived or doing it for others. You're doing it for yourself. That is what matters. It's for you and for yourself. If you're not tying it to perception, it allows you to remain whole while going for it. And the goal you have should feed you, should excite you, should make you feel alive, should inspire yourself, and should definitely feel like yours. So I'll tell you a little example about my life. So as I've said a little bit, I've been changing my entire life, completely rebuilding it entirely. And it's been a strange process, but I've loved it. The moment that I started walking away from everything, and I left all my jobs, the home that I had, I've severed a lot of relationships, and I've done a lot, and moved to a new apartment, built the entire new apartment with what I could, not making money, nothing, literally from scratch, not getting money from nothing, no, just my savings, just my life, just me supporting myself. So to some it might sound crazy, but I've always been purpose-driven, and I wanted to build something that was mine. And to this point, I had gotten, I know I have a lot of knowledge to share. And not only that, I also have worked on too many skills so I could do it myself. I can optimize great systems and do several things. And I've always wanted, as I said in many episodes, I've wanted to do something for people. So I've been building, basically sharing my knowledge. Well, basically what I'm doing now in the podcast. I wanted to share my knowledge, allow it to help people, allow a different perception, just little things and putting it out there. And stop and record myself and speak and actually bring things forward. I know I'm building a lot that is being received by other people. It's meant to be to help others, right? So that can a lot of the time be confused of, oh, you want likes, shares, blah, 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 and all of that, and maybe you change the content. No. I've made it a purpose that the way that I'm doing this, it's definitely not for the likes, it's not for the shares, it's not for any of those metrics. It's literally, one, for me. It truly is for me. I love recording and writing all the scripts and putting all my knowledge out. And sometimes I'm surprised even with what I come up with. And what I've done is I've worked a lot of systems so I can capture my knowledge at all times and write it down. And I've created all these things that I'm very proud of. But basically, and I share it. And it will help someone. They might like it, they might not. And a lot of the times, actually, my content is not the most easy, the most digestible, or the most easy for the audiences, for consuming. It usually makes you stop, and it's almost a mirror to yourself. So a lot of the people will not like it. They might watch it and they might learn from it, but it's likely that they might not like it or share it. So I thank myself that I'm not doing it for the interactions, because it's interesting how I've seen people also behave, and for me, everything is data. And I know that if I was doing this for how it's going to be perceived, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I wouldn't be saying what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, or anything. So I cannot and I will not let that be. And I've created processes and ways so I don't even see the data. I don't see the metrics in the post at all. Everything is scheduled. I've been optimizing a lot of things, so I don't really interact with it. So my own nervous system is not paying the cost for seeing how something is doing. I just step away and I let it move. And I'm partly sharing this because sometimes when you bring something forward and you love it and you're very excited, the audience might not receive it the way that you would like it, or they might not even see it, or maybe the algorithms won't even show it. So it's not that your content is bad or what you're doing is bad. It's just the way that a lot of algorithms and things work. And that's it. So instead of getting unmotivated, just put it out there and make sure the most important thing is not how it is being received. It's more important that you focus on making sure it's clear, but in making it available in many channels. So if someone needs it and can find you, they will find you. Make it easy for people, the right people, to actually find you. That is the most important thing. Don't do it for the likes and shares. Do it to help people. If the motivation is to help people, then make it easy for those people to eventually find you. And at the beginning, you won't be shown maybe to the people you're building for. You might not be. And it's likely you won't, unless you're optimizing just to be received. But if you're not, you probably won't. So just keep doing it. Keep building. Eventually, you'll see how things turn. And your responsibility is literally just to make it easy for people to reach you. Anyways, once you know that the goal is actually yours, you need to see if the path to achieve that goal doesn't make you split with yourself. The goal should never be above you, should never be more important than you. If the goal is more important than your health, your well-being, all of it, you are going to work 24 hours, not sleep, stop eating, not go to the gym. You're going to put yourself, your needs aside, and you basically are allowing the goal to drive you instead of you driving the goal. Make sure it's not the other way around. Otherwise, you became a slave to your own goal. So, no. The path is as important as what you're going forward for. You shouldn't be ignoring your body, ignoring your needs, overriding your needs, abandoning your values, or shaping for perception. Nope. Any path that requires you to do that, that's not the path. Either switch the path or switch the goal. And as I said in the previous episode, there's multiple paths to reach the same goal. So find the one that works for you and doesn't ask you to split with yourself. External success can mean internal abandonment. Don't let it mean that. You can reach external success staying with yourself without abandoning yourself. And I'll give you another example of my life with everything that I'm building. I had this goal in mind. I wanted to build all these things, ecosystem, and 1,000 different ideas and 1,000 different projects. And as soon as I left things, I thought, okay, now I'm all in. And the truth is, I couldn't build for months. I couldn't do anything. There was one day that maybe I had the energy and I started writing, but barely. I actually had to stop purely for 2 months, 2-3 months. I did nothing. I read, ate, went to the gym, and sleep a lot. and slept a lot. That was it. I was so drained, and I still was not in my space, in the right space to build what I wanted to create it, to build it under the right energy and me feeling the way that I wanted to. I didn't want to force anything, because everything, I've made it a purpose that everything that I'm building, I will not abandon myself in the process of it. So I need to be very aware of my needs and what my body's asking me, and be very flexible so I can shift around the path and eventually reach the goal. And this is a first in my entire life, and it's been very interesting. So for the first couple of months, nothing. Then eventually I actually got my new place, my new home. I set it up, and there was a lot of things that were draining me, but I was finally in my own space, so I could start actually building. But I couldn't build a lot. So for the first month, I was building, but in a limited amount, because I was still drained. I was still working. I was still woke up so tired, so exhausted. My brain has been working every single night, and because obviously I'm ended an entire identity, life, and everything, so it cost me a lot, and my body has been slowly processing it. And I've been trying to work with it, allow myself the space, make sure I trust it, and keep building in the way that I can. So I say this because it will shift a lot how you start reaching your goals. And it would shift your routines, how you go about things, and in the good way. You actually, some days you're more energetic than others, and it's an up and down, but it's life. You just learn to work with yourself, and it actually feels so much better, and what you're creating comes out so much cleaner. So I definitely will recommend it. And it allows you, knowing your goal, the path, not abandoning yourself, it starts creating coherence. You're working with yourself. Then pretty much not everything that you do is not all this bunch of little things separate from each other, like your social life, your work, your personal goals. They're not all these categories and separate from each other. No, they start coming together. Everything starts bridging because the center of it is you. And like you create this coherence. Everything makes sense. So you need to ask yourself if you can move toward this goal and still remain whole. Remember also that one moment does not define you. So if something didn't go as you planned, and don't let it tell, oh, now I need to shift everything. No, there's always too many variables. It's information. So see, maybe you need to shift some things, but don't let it define you. Don't let it tell you what you're doing is not good. No, because then you're letting your goal be driven by perception. And this is something you need to continue reminding yourself as you're moving forward. And always check your actions to know what's your intention. Are you caring more about how you're going to be perceived? Or are you still moving for yourself? You're doing it true. And everything you do has to be true to you. So what you're creating, ask, okay, is this still the best, what resonates with me? And it's the more in contact you're with yourself, with your intuition and everything, the easier it is to ask yourself and have these conversations. So you keep checking with yourself. And it's a constant process. And that is going to happen with every single goal as you keep going forward. So I'm going to end it with a question. So would you still want to build what you have in mind if nobody could validate you? And if so, how would you build it without abandoning yourself?